So good evening.
Very good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And what about you?
I'm also pretty well. Thank you for asking. So we meet first time. Please introduce yourself firstly.
Okay, well, my name is Amandeep Singh and I belong to Rajasthan, currently living in Alwar, and I have completed my graduation in English literature. So nowadays I'm studying for English language. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, good to hear you. So may I introduce myself?
Sure.
Okay. So my name is Nazia. I am from Chhindwara, city of Madhya Pradesh. And if we talk about my qualifications, so I have also done my master in English literature with a bachelor of education also. And I am a teacher. And my hobby is always learning new things, listening podcasts, reading a book. And currently, I'm working on my English fluency and communication skills. So I am a YouTuber too. You can search me. My channel name is English with Nazia. That's all about me.
Good to hear that. Recently, you said that you have completed your master's in English literature, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so how was your experience? Because I'm pursuing, I have recently completed my graduation in English literature. If I talk about me at the starting, I was like English language and English literature, both are same. But after few months later, I got to know that both things are totally different. So how was your experience when you were pursuing your graduation or master's?
Okay, me too. Also same person because I have never seen any person who have done their master in English literature. That's why I never met anyone who will describe me. This is a literature and this is a language. No one described me. But I took my admission that time. Also, I thought that will be language of English, and if I will do my master in English literature there is a chance I will speak in English. But this is a totally different thing. This is an exception, you can say, because English literature is a totally different things and English language is totally different things. This is a language that is a literature. So they wrote lots of poet and writers, their thought, and we are also we can write our thought if we want to become a writer. And now any condition you can also write. So this is a literature terms also there and this is an amazing experience I can say because I enjoy a lot and now I also very passionate about teaching and learning literature.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's great. I was also being confused when I entered in my first in the college. I was like, this is totally unique for me because my high school studies were totally different because I had completed my 12th standard in biology, but due to certain reason, I was like, I have to go in a different field. So I chose that I want to do English literature, but I was totally confused that it will be fine for me and what kind of environment I'm going to get. Because my myth was that if I'm going to enter in my college, so definitely there will be student who will speak in English language. But in my first day, I was like, this is not what I was thinking about because literature is totally different and people rarely speak in English language if we enter in literature classes or something like that. So I was like, okay, I have to work by myself because I was totally curious to learn English language on that time. And then I thought I have to do something by myself because it is not going to help me. Somehow we can say that while we are reading literature part as like poetry,
Hmm.
drama, things. So it can help us in reading, but apart from that, we have to do the rest of the things as like listening, speaking, writing. These are depends on us how we treat it and how we do practice. So yeah.
Correct. Correct. I agree with you. If you take decision like doing your master in master and any degree in English literature, what happened? This is a language. So the one thing that is privilege, there is a writing parts you can improve because having your examination and anything you should have to write. So maybe there is a chance your writing will be improved. And second one thing that is your reading habits also because being a student of literature, you should have to read a lot. Lots of things are
Yeah.
for the reading. Yeah, lots of books you should have to read all the time. So two activity you can do, and one more thing I can say, because of this is a part of English, that's why little of teacher and tutor, you can say, the lecturer, they speak English. Some, not
Mm-hmm.
everyone, but someone, a little one. So you can speak with them also, and it is totally up to you. If you really want to improve your conversation and you are speaking, so you should have to do your effort yourself. No one do for you. It is your responsibility. If you make yourself like as a person who really passionate about learning this language, so who should have to do themselves also, like every day, like listening, reading, and yeah, this is the advantage of being a literature student. We have always pray, you force ourselves, like I am a student of literature, so this is much important to me, speak in English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is also important.
So one more question which I want to ask to you, that you mentioned the second thing, you are running YouTube channel. So how did you start it, and what was your journey like when you started your channel, and how do you feel in the current scenario?
Okay. So first thing I want to say you, that is I my background is totally Hindi. Uh, you can say this. My background is not like a English speaking. That's why I really, but I am the person who really want to speak this language. So I am right now also I am facing the problem like lack of environment. So I thought how I can improve my English. One day I scrolling my mobile, and then I saw some video like conversation videos. That time I got an idea for my YouTube channel, and I thought if I will upload my video, so that would be good for me, and people will like me. So that will also good for me and them also. So gradually and slowly, I am improving myself, and my viewer also take the advantage of my side, because I am a person who is self motivated. I motivated myself, and I do motivate to other person also. So this is my strong point, and just for that I'm doing. And that time I was a little. I have a lots of self doubt. Every person have, because we have a human beings. So how I will handle all the things, if I will ask any question, so how I will give their question answer, like that things. But without hesitation, I thought I should have to upload my video. Anyhow, what happened, I will see. So I upload my video. That is also good, not bad too much. But 4 months back, I started my YouTube journey, and now I am totally satisfied my performance and like that. And now I having 307, yeah, 307 subscribers. So that is good. So in my future, I am doing good for me and my subscriber also. So that's all.
That's
Yeah,
nice. If I talk about me, I also belong to a small village, and there are less people who knows about English language. Mostly people, they just know English as a subject, like how
yeah,
we can speak
yeah,
in that time. So teacher always just teach how to learn grammar rules and all. So my first language is Punjabi, and I don't know, I didn't know English language that much, and I was like, I have to do something else. Because at the starting, I used to watch some kind of videos which were related to English language, and I was like, these are so cool, and how people speak, how they can make connection with foreign people. Because if we know English language, so we can make international friend, and we can know about their point of view, what they think, and what is their culture. So I was also so curious to learn English language, but the point was that how to start, because I didn't have much resources by that I can learn English language. I was like, I have to do it, but I don't have any reason. I don't have any way to study for it. Then I started somehow that making conversation to me, and I started doing practice front of mirror or something like that. But that was not good enough for me because I was making lots of mistakes. I was aware about it that if I'm going to do these kind of things continuously, I'm not going to grow. Because if any person is doing practice by himself and he doesn't know what kind of mistakes I'm making, so that person can't improve that much fast. So I was like, I have to apply something else, and I purchased mobile phone and I started watching um, YouTube videos like grammar videos and conversation videos. So I got to know that how can I make conversation with people who are using also this kind of application, and they are finding co-learner for practice. So it was quite difficult for me at the starting days because in my village there were lots of people who were saying to me, "But English Bandra," and I was like, "Okay, I love this language. That's why I'm studying for it." And somehow I managed it, and in this situation, I can say I can make conversation. I can understand foreign people. Last time I visited to New Delhi, so I met to a guy. He was saying that I'm from Russia, and we were making conversation in English language. So I was quite comfortable that I can make conversation with English people as well. So I'm not that much good enough, but yeah, I know that I can make conversation, I can understand them. So yeah, I love that feeling when I just speak an English language with people and I just describe my thought, what I think about it, and how was my journey and where I am right now. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 correct. Because this is a language, it's take time. Slowly and gradually, if you are doing your practice, so you will be improved. So one step you should have to take yourself firstly, because there is lots of people, several people they speak 100% chance they speak something negative. So don't take those person negative speak. There is also two and three people also that speak always positive and always good for you. So take those positivity on your life. Don't look. We are human minds, human beings. That's why our mind always go with the negative people. But there is positive people also here. They really appreciate and they admire our ability and quality. So we should have to always look there, not to negative. It's happened to me also. Same situation I faced like that whenever someone speaks something negative. So there is a lot of people, several people, they are speak always positive about me. They have, but I always go with the negative. They are only two and three people. So this is our human mind. That's why we do this kind of things. But anyhow, you're really passionate about learning this language, so you can do. Doesn't matter where are you from. You stay in a village and you are staying in city and anywhere. One thing that is important, that is your desire. And your desire, your intention is right, and you decided, okay, I should have to learn this language, so no one can stop you. Correct?
Yeah, exactly. But I want to mention one thing is that
Mm.
if any student is preparing for English language and at the beginner level, so it's really difficult, mostly for those students who belongs to
Mm.
village area, because there are less opportunities and less facilities to do such these kind of things because they don't have much environment to be
Yeah,
surrounded in the so it's totally difficult for them, like how to achieve the good level in English language until they are going to jump into intermediate or upper intermediate. Then they can feel like, yeah, I'm good enough, and now
yeah,
I can judge my things by myself, and I can improve more than this. But at the beginner level, students are like, am I going to improve or what? Am I improving or making mistakes again and again? What will happen? Will I achieve fluency or not? So these kind of questions arise at the starting level. So on that time, I feel that for beginner students, they have to make the positive surrounding that where they can feel comfortable and they can suggest or they can take the suggestion from others.
yeah. You said I agree with you because I also relate this your talk my journey. I was that time totally beginner because I was a Hindi medium student before, but I took my I decided I took admission for Master of English Literature. That time I first time I saw this language, all this. First time I wrote my own all notebooks in English before. So that was a different kind of experience to me. That was too much difficult to me because lots of having responsibility. Then I should have to clear my examination. So that's why I that time I very I was afraid of a failure and like that all the things. But I anyhow I started my journey and I cleared that examination also. But they that was quite difficult to me. It was not easy to me. But anyhow I cleared my how to say that is my basics and my background. I ready for that. Then I took my second step for the listening. That time I feel little bit of comfortable. And if that situation also feel I had a problem like spelling mistake whenever I wrote something. So I definitely I did lots of spelling mistakes. And reading also, that time I am not proper to able to read properly, like because of my tongue was not ready to pronunciation in a proper manner. I know what is wrote there, but my tongue was not ready to pronounce. So that kind of problem I faced. And one more thing, that whenever my mind is ready, my sentence is ready on my mind. But when I try to speak in a front of someone, so that time my sentence was totally, I couldn't pronouncing them properly. That was my problem. So I can relate what happened if you did lots of effort for doing something and your improvement you can't say, you can't see. So that is a little bit of embarrass yourself. So it's happening. It's happened to me with me. And I tried, and yeah, I never quit. And sometime I 1 and 2 and 3 months I took a rest and then restart. So it was a different and hard work, you can say, because without having environment, if you really want to improve and speak English, so that will be quite difficult. So you should have to do your work like that. Yeah.
So for now, how do you manage your speaking? Like somehow you feel that you have to do practice in English language. So do you have the environment there where you can do practice?
No, no one is here. I'm just speak with my daughter and with my student. So I'm working now as a tuition teacher. So I spoke with my student and with my daughter sometime. But one day I scrolling again my mobile, but there I had about one application like Joe stock application. There are huge of application are here, huge number of application. So you can, before I don't I didn't have any idea, but now I am hearing about lots of the application are here. When I connected with this application, Skype app application, so you can download those application, because there is a different people, you can't never see them in a properly. So there is no like tension about the making mistake. If I will make mistake, but people will say about me like that, because you known unknown person are there. So this is also good for you, because you can open up. They are totally beginner, but you can open up yourself. This is good. And you can do some self talk also. So this is also good. And I did practicing here. And now then I took my second step like this, installing this application. So yeah, that was my journey.
Wonderful. That's good to hear that how you started and your teaching and just managing all these things. It is a bit difficult for those ladies who are like doing some kind of works at home, like they are married or they have to manage all these kind of things. So that's really great.
Yeah, just I am thinking now. My thinking pattern is like that, because I this is my own choice. No one is pressurized to me learn this language, learn this language. I took my own decision. So if I will make excuses and procrastination, so who will who will lose their something? I am only. So there's lots of and several people doing their work. They're having lots of responsibility, like women, they are doing great work, they're having lots of responsibility. So I am not that kind of woman. They have a lots of responsibility. I have only my kids, my family, and my work. That is, I'm not going outside right now currently, because my younger son is only 1.5 years old now. So that's why this is a privilege of having time. So if I will utilize my time in a productive way, in a proper way, so definitely in future I will get the result and the advantage of my life. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're utilizing your free time in a good way, so that is wonderful. That because if we are learning something and we can see clearly some kind of improvement in our life, so that's great.
yeah. Okay, so being a student of English literature, have you any favorite poet?
Well, if I talk about my literature journey, as I mentioned that at the starting, what I was thinking about English literature. So then I was like the environment would be totally different. But after a few months later, I got to know this is not going to help me anyhow. Then I just left my college and I was studying by myself and I started preparing for an exam named by IELTS, that is based on English language test. So I just left my college. I was like, I will just go for only exams. I don't want to do study in colleges because I knew that if I'm going to take classes regularly, so they are going to teach me some kind of other stuff which is related to books, and I have to read or do these kind of things. So I was like, I can take classes for them from the YouTube or something like that. And then I was preparing for certain kind of exams which are related to English language. So I really love Shakespeare and I love to read certain kind of dramas and poetry as well. So yeah, but I don't have much interest about reading uh, poetry and all. But drama is my favorite. I used to study for drama a lot.
Okay, that's great. And one more writer is there who is my best, you know, inside of my heart. That is Robert Frost. He's an
Mhm.
American writer. His poetry was poetry is like road not taken. That was amazing poetry. So that is like a motivational. You can must if you get the time. So you should have to read this poetry. This is amazing. So you can relate from your life. This is a poetry like road, yeah, not taken. Yeah,
Mhm.
there are so many writers. They wrote in a such a beautiful manner. They are writing and everything. So that was a very good experience for me. And you, if you will write, if you read, so definitely you get that lots of information and knowledge, and I enjoy a lot. So thank you for joining me. Bye.
Yeah, well done.
Bye.